So, Multiversity Part 3, The Just. This is set in a universe after the previous generation of heroes, which is our generation of heroes. You know, Batman, Superman, Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent. Those guys have all solved all crime in the world, and Superman's robots patrol the universe, and there's no more crime. And now the next generation, which is like the 90s heroes, like Kyle Rayner, Connor Hawke, Green Arrow, those types are all like they're like the new generation of heroes, and they're all since they're all teenagers and there's no crime, they're all kind of like entitled assholes. They're more worried. They're more worried about who's going to get invited to Sister Miracle's party than they are about the fact that the world's coming to an end. Pretty funny. The two main characters are Damian Wayne and Chris Kent, who's Superman's biological son. And Damien is shacking up with Lexi Luthor, Lex Luthor's daughter, and that's because some rifling and the bromance between Chris and Damien. A lot of CW-esque drama going on in this book, which is pretty funny. It's almost like too good of a parody. Like it's not. It doesn't even like come across as a parody to me. It's just Grant Morrison writing a CW type teen drama, which that could have been. Its in complete intention was to just write a straight CW type drama. But I'm not as much as I keep using CW, but you know the type I'm talking about, not specifically CW, but because I like the Arrow and the Flash show. But the drama part is the worst part, so I don't know. Anyway, Lexi Luthor is getting into comic books. Damien says this is for hipster reasons, and they are, since she's like the new neo comic book fan who's like it's all like proto meta fiction for the Pictofix. They don't call them comic books, they call them Pictofix, and she's all into like the proto neo, all those buzzwords and stuff, which many people, me included, attribute to Grant Morrison a lot. So I guess I'm just a hipster douchebag too. But this one really wasn't that great of a book, aside from getting chuckles at a couple of things like bizarre Con-El, who the clone of Superman, not his son, is slowly bizarroing out, and he's going into he's becoming like an artiste. So that's the opposite of what his old personality was, being a self-absorbed artiste, which was I thought that was kind of funny. Uh, this book opens with the suicide of Megamorpho, who's Metamorpho's daughter. And at first when I read it, I thought oh, this is like the only thing she can do to get attention is to kill herself. But it turns out she's actually getting, again, the evil comic book. It's Ultra Comics, is infecting people's minds and causing them to go crazy. It happens to her. It happens to Offspring, Plastic Man's son, and among others. But that's not really what this book is about. This book is about Sister Miracle's birthday party that only the coolest people get to go to. And if you're not on that list, you just are gonna die. Like, oh my god, literally die. So if that sounds like the kind of book that you're interested in, here you go. Again, I think Grant Morrison did too good a job of making like a teen drama book, because it's just nothing that I'm into. What else was kind of funny? Anything worth mentioning? Like they get all huffy and easily offended, like they're like Tumblr types. Like Aqualad gets offended by the use of the A word. He's like, "Do you know how offensive that is?" Um, they recreate old battles because they got nothing else to do. They have this is Arrowette. This is clearly supposed to be like a Miley Cyrus type. Yeah. Oh, one thing that was awesome was it implies that. I think it implies that Damien does like the Christian Bale Batman voice when he's in bed. This is part where they're like him and Lexi are going at it, and he's like, "You're a bad girl, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you?" It's like the speech bubbles get like more bigger and like weighty as he speaks. So I'm choosing to interpret that he uses the Christian Bale Batman voice when he's dirty talking. Pretty funny. But again, really not much. This was a pretty weak issue, I think. Maybe it'll be better in a future reading, but I didn't really care about any of these characters. It was funny to see them, like it was funny to see like a Boy Meets World style superhero kind of thing. But if they do make this into an ongoing series, it definitely won't be one that I would keep reading. I don't even know if there's any truth to that rumor that these are just going to be kind of like that. If these get popular enough, they'll be spun off. But I wouldn't read this one, and I don't think many people would either. So still, it's Grant Morrison, so even bad Grant Morrison, and you can still find a lot of things to like in this book. That's all I have to say about part 3. So I'll catch you bros next time.